The kingdom prophecies of Isaiah, Zechariah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and others, consistent with Daniel's prophecies, connect the future kingdom with the restoration of Israel under the reign of the ideal Davidic king. This authority expands to include all the nations of the earth. Isaiah chapter 2 and Zechariah chapter 14 shed more light on this. Understanding the doctrine of the kingdom is understanding the nuanced nature of God. While the kingdom of God in its fullness is a future reality, the eschatological kingdom, as the theologians often call it, takes the entire sphere of God's reign, past, present, and future. For this reason, the New Testament speaks of the kingdom as an already but not yet phenomenon, a spiritual reality, and a powerfully influential institution. These terms are not contradictory. They merely speak of the multiple aspects of the kingdom. Let's take a look at some critical points about the kingdom of God. Point number 1. Jesus' time on earth was spent preaching the kingdom of God. In Luke chapter 4, he said to them, referring to the Galileans, "I must preach the kingdom of God to the other cities also, because for this purpose I have been sent." Point number 2. When Jesus was on earth, there was a sense that the kingdom was present. This is because Christ performed many miraculous works, and there was also the idea of the kingdom being wherever the king was. For example, when Christ was asked by the Pharisees when the kingdom should come, he replied saying, "The kingdom of God does not come with observation, nor will they say, 'See here,' or 'See there,' for the kingdom indeed is within you." The term "within" is better rendered "among" or "in the midst of." In other words, the kingdom was in the midst of the Pharisees because the king, who is Christ of the kingdom, stood in their midst at that moment. And as said earlier, where the king is, there is the kingdom. Point number 3. There is a sense that the kingdom has yet to come. When Jesus was heading to the city of Jerusalem along with his disciples, the disciples, thought that Jesus would reveal himself as Messiah and that the kingdom of God would appear immediately. Jesus told them the parable of the minas found in Luke chapter 19 verse 11 to clear up their misunderstandings. Many years later, Paul and Barnabas urged believers to continue in the faith and reminded them that it's through many tribulations we must enter the kingdom of God. The kingdom is, therefore, something to reach for and is arrived at by overcoming the various difficulties of life. Point number 4. The Old and New Testament kingdom share similar characteristics as revealed by the scriptures. This kingdom of God has its root in the exodus of Israel from Egypt, led by Moses, found in Exodus chapter 19, chapters 5 through 8. Jesus' teaching on the kingdom of God is rooted firmly in the prophecies concerning the restoration of Israel. Even God's promise to make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah is in the context of the future restoration of Israel and Judah as a kingdom united under the reign of a Davidic branch of righteousness, whom we recognize as Jesus the Christ. Therefore, dispensationalist claims notwithstanding, the gospel of the kingdom of God rests solidly on the foundation of the kingdom promises of the Old Testament. Point number 5. The kingdom of God should always be our priority as Christians. Even though we do not know the time or hour when it will come, or though we may be overwhelmed, we should strive to avoid distractions. We should always seek God's kingdom first. Jesus says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things, food, drink, clothing, will be added to you." Anyone truly seeking the kingdom of God will commit himself fully to submitting to the reign of God now over their life. We've looked at the kingdom of God, But how shall the people of tomorrow live? How will they be governed? Laws regulate all kingdoms, so it is for the kingdom of God. So therefore, what are the laws of this future kingdom? Find out in part 2 of this, our virtual Bible series, Chasing Truth. Like what you just saw? Are you open to learning more? Then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button, comment, and share with someone who could benefit. Also, remember to follow us on all our socials to get more resources like these. We welcome all questions, suggestions, and corrections. Send us an email at cgijamaica.org@gmail.com. Whether it's a burning question or a passing thought, Chasing Truth is the right place for you.